Second part of Obsession of Your Best Friend When You Never Knew That He Is a Vampire. Author point of view. The dark room was reflecting its owner's darkness. On the bed, you were lying like a lifeless person. Dewitt had been covering the marks and wounds. Door opened, and a tall, handsome man stepped in. He looked around keenly and was picking your clothes. That must be painful for you. His deep voice was resonating in the room, but you didn't open your eyes. I wish I could do something for you. Putting the clothes on the couch, he sat near you. You are the most beautiful. His hand caressed your face, and the most innocent. He reached to the wound at your neck, and it disappeared. He removed the turret a little, and were on display. How you endured a vampire's power. The turret kept removing down, and the wounds were fading away. Your innocence was ruined. There was nothing in his eyes. His face and eyes were free of any emotion. We will meet soon. Again. He left, taking your clothes. Your puffy eyelids moved and opened. With heavy head, you sat up, and your mind took time to get its memory. Your heartbeat raced up, and you looked around. With trembling hands, you held the door tightly. Tears flowed from instantly. The whole room was set as if nothing happened hours ago. You flinched with fearful eyes when the maid opened the door. This dress is for you. She placed a blue floral desk that could reach to your knees. You were too scared to ask anything. She didn't look at you as if she doesn't care whatever happened. She went back, but you were too broken to act normal. You cried your heart out at what your best friend did with you. The room was filled with your sobbing. Door again opened and Taehyungff came in, wearing a casual dress. He was looking more than handsome, but you felt your heart cut in pieces looking at him. He took steps towards you and the fear took over you. How are you feeling now? His audacity burnt your heart. Anger, pain, hate. You slapped him with all these mixed emotions when he said, Jan, don't take my name. Don't. You ruined me. I trusted you, and you shattered my soul. Pouring out tears, you yelled at him, while your heart was thudding in fear that what worse he can do. I really wanted to tell you, but I also weren't sure about myself. He tried to hold your hand, and you moved away, clenching the duvet. Fear in your eyes pierced him like shards. Jan, are you giving me an excuse? No words were enough to explain the pain you were suffering from. Jan, please don't be afraid of me. Jan, do you have any shame? You snatched everything from me. I cried and begged you to stop, but you ruined it all. Falling your face in your hands, you were crying, and he was totally confused. Ta, what are you saying, Jan? You happened to see my fangs and fainted. You looked up at him. Ta, I really wanted to tell you that. Unfortunately, I am a vampire. But trust me, I also lately realized the pure hatred and pain in your eyes hurt him. With parted lips, he shook his head in no. No, Jan, what are you saying? I can't even think of doing that. You fainted in my arms and I called the doctor. Jan, my dress? Your sarcasm told that you weren't believing him. Da, medicine fell on your dress, so you scoffed. I can't hear this anymore. You pulled the dress towards you and he turned around. Jan, why behaving like a gentleman when last night you were wild? He didn't say a word, and you wore the dress. Why would I? He stopped when you ran towards the mirror. You inspected your neck and there was no mark. Like an insane person, you were looking for any on your body. What are you doing, Jan? Jan, where are all those marks? He walked and stood behind you, looking at you through the mirror. Jan, why there? What marks, Jan? Are you okay? He put his hand on your shoulder and you yanked it like his touch burned you. Jan, no, I am not okay. Because you. Why are you acting like you did nothing? Now you were feeling less fear and more hatred. Nothing happened, Jan. You must have dreamed. Jan, what? Dream? Why would I make a pause this for myself? You pushed him. Every touch from the last night was still there. You pulled your hairs when you again felt those touches crawling on you. Jan, hey, don't hurt yourself. He held your arms, but you freed yourself and started running from there barefooted. You were carelessly stepping down from the stairs. Looking back, you didn't realize and hit someone. He held you. Hey, take off your hands. You were in shock, looking at the person who exactly looked like taehyungff. Taehyungff pulled you from him and you looked at them, unable to believe how exactly they were alike. Jan, my brother V. You got a girl in the house. Grown up man. Shut up. V. Hey there, beautiful. The dark vibes oozing out of him sent a shiver down to your spine. You shifted your eyes from him and walked towards the door. Da, Jan, please listen to me. But you didn't stop. Feeling their eyes on your back, you ran. You were near the door when it closed. With widened eyes and raised heartbeat, you tried to open it. V, you cannot leave, Jan. Your limbs became weak at the way he called your name. If you spill what you know and think, then it will be dangerous. Da, how do you know? Is there anything I don't know? Jan, I want to leave him. In a blink, we was in front of you, and you gasped. You are not leaving. You felt so short and weak against those two vampires. Jan, after what you did, I did nothing, Jan. You were sleeping in all these hours. He strode to you while we were standing uninterested. Jan, you vampires cannot fool me. Everything about you was a lie. Nothing was true. You broke my trust. You broke me. Jan, believe me. Jan, then let me go. This time you pleaded with tears. Standing near you, he took your tears on his fingertips. Da, it hurts me seeing you like this. Please let me explain and give me some time. I can never harm you. Please. I really need you in this stuck up situation. Please. We, typical lovebirds. Was that you? We narrowed his eyes at you. Did you do all that? He poked his energetic and side hugged you. He brought you in another room. Jan, we are twins. Our father was a vampire and mother was a human. We had always vampire's power, but I was normal like a human. But lately, strange things started happening. Holding your hands, he was explaining. And finally I also turned out like we. He sounded sad, and you pulled back your hands. Yeah, that's why you were fainted on the floor. Yes, changes in my body attack me sometimes. I am trying to adapt this change. Jan, your power overflooded and you. No, Jan, what's gotten into you? Your eyes again became teary and he let out a sigh. Da, it's true that I am getting powers, but I am not powerful enough to remove the marks. Then your brother V, he wasn't even home till now. He explained a lot, but you were too haunted because of those touches. So forced yourself to believe that it was all dream. But somewhere you knew that worst is waiting ahead. Next day you came to office with Taehyung, and all the time he kept you by his side. Da, how are you feeling now? Caged. His face dropped. He kissed your forehead and you didn't feel to push him away. Stay here, I will be back soon. He left and you forced yourself to not let out any tears. Did you hear about investor with whom was fought unintentionally? You were listening to those girls. Girl 1, he was found dead. Someone blood froze in your veins. Also, the two investors on that case. Girl 2, rich people have their ways to cover up. There is a rumor that the killer has seen in mask with a tattoo on his neck. Your breathing became uneven, remembering how conscious we was to not let you go. Hiding from Taehyung's eyes, you ran and went to your home. From home, you took little stuffed passport and came to the airport. Your heart was about to jump out of your ribs. Running to the reception, you asked for any coming flight. But all your hopes ruined when you heard a familiar voice. We. I knew it was a bad idea to set you free. Wearing a black suit, he was showing off that he is a vampire. You wished to snatch that smile from his face. John, please help me. That man. Why create a fuss, huh? You yelled, but guards didn't even move. He is a vampire. Please save me. Let's go. He held your arm, and you felt an iron rod gripping you tightly. No, leave me. With tears and screaming, you tried your best. Your voice buried when he slapped you. He pulled you closer, and fear clenched your throat. Heart when you saw a tattoo on his neck. Stay quiet like this. He patted your face and dragged you with him. He pushed you inside. You like to run, huh? Now run. You stepped back as he came closer. Jan, please let me go. I promise I will not tell anyone anything. Then what you did at the airport. I'm sorry, please. Another was hard enough that you fell on the floor. Make a mistake and then get a punishment. With insanely beating heart, you pleaded, no, don't hurt me, please. He called the maid and gestured her. She brought a hot iron, and your eyes widened in fear. You are his best friend, and guess what? My foolish brother is in love with you. But that doesn't mean you will escape me. His every step was suffocating you. You hurriedly crawled back, but he was fast enough to crouch down near you. Jan, please be, I beg you, don't hurt me. He captured your wrist and you when he put the rod on it. We, it will help you to not repeat your mistake. You were wiggling on the floor, but he didn't hesitate to do it again. We, is that enough? He stood on his feet while you were breathing heavily. Shan, Taehyung will not let this slide. Your words were broken and your voice was weak. You regretted speaking when he. We, why acting so tough? All your energy was drained out. We, stand up. You were trying to catch your breath. We, don't forget you have another wrist. Shedding more tears, you stood on your trembling legs and yelled when he pulled you closer. We, wanna see how I did the magic? He removed his hand and the burn marks were gone along with the pain. He leaned to your ear. We, you were not delusional, Jan, but who will believe you? You that tears didn't let you speak. Jan, he entered inside the room calling your name. Why you came home without telling me? I was so worried. Jan, that's why you sent your brother after me? Da, what? No. Why you look so pale? He touched your face and sat closer to you. Let me go, Ta. I promise I will not tell anyone that you are a vampire. Please, Ta, I cannot. Yan, why? Ta, because I love you and I want you near me, always. You felt no happiness at his confession, only fear. I don't. I love you. You cried when he at your arms and pulled you to himself. I know you already love me. It's hurting. It hurts the same way when you talk about leaving. Because I am not safe here. Your brother plays with my mind and you are doing the same. With tears you said that all, but his grip worsened. Jan, we burnt my wrist and then removed the marks. Are you going to do the same? His brows furrowed and breathing became fast. Your tears and words were hurting him, but he didn't realize that he was doing the same. Suddenly leaving you, he ran out of the room. We come out. You followed him, and your heart droned at the way he growled. We appeared behind the pillar. Ta, how dared you hurt her? You shivered from head to toe when we looked at you with a smirk plastered on his face. Did I do something wrong? You gasped when Taehyungff jumped at him from a long distance. We was on the floor while Taehyungff was above him. Holding his collar, he leaned and whispered, "Ta, I only asked you to take the fall. What made you brave enough to go near what's mine? Are you getting who did all that with Jan?" To be continued. Thanks for watching. Love you, Army. Stay safe and healthy.